everybody out there on YouTube land? It is your boy, the one and only Mr. Momo Sparta, coming to you live from The Plug in a new little studio. I know my background look a little different. We're trying something new today for y'all. So tell me if you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is Mo Late Nights, right? So what is Mo Late Nights? Mo Late Nights is a show where me cover different topics and allow people, you, to voice their opinions. So this is a back and forth conversation. This is an open forum for you guys where we're going to talk about, it's a little topic. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to say what's right, what's wrong. This ain't professional. We just doing, having fun on SL. We trying to make SL fun again, right? So tonight on the panel, I have the one and only Auntie Cassell. Say hello to everybody, Auntie Cassell.
Hey, hey, hey. My name is Cassell Pathioschooler in Jurassic, and I am the owner and founder of Rising Stars. So happy to be with you tonight.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I call her Auntie Cassell because she gives that auntie vibe. You know what I'm saying? She's a beautiful woman, lovely young lady. I'm glad to have her here. And also have my wonderful and beautiful wife right by my side as always, Miss Red C, a.k.a. Little Debbie Cakes. Say hello to everybody.
Okay, I'm going to have to follow up behind Miss Cassell. I'm the owner and founder of Cheeks Lounge and Golden Banana, also a mystical creatures dragon amaretto breeder, as well as the owner of Toxin. Look, I'm looking at him. Sign. Don't do that.
I ain't say nothing.
Owner of Toxin Apparel. And yes, of course, the wife of Momo Sparta. But hello, guys.
All right. Thank you, my beautiful wife. Always happy to have Dollface. Dollface, say hello to everybody. I don't know.
Hello, everybody. It's only right that we do it. Hello, everybody. I am the senior producer of Cracking Up Entertainment. Hi, and Mo Late Nights. Hello. I also own stuff and things. It's in my profile. I'm also the manager of the Plug store right across the way. We are hiring with hourly pay, you guys. Make sure y'all support the Plug. Go over there, get yourself a blunt or some gummies. And I like stuff and glitter. Okay.
All right. And somebody that's new to the panel.
I don't know what that was. So we were at an AA meeting.
Panel,
I didn't know how to close it. Like, how do you close it?
All it was glitter.
Right, I guess.
It was the first day of school.
Well, I don't know if you have seen anger management, but remember how he was like, "We're asking questions about you, not about your." Right, you said.
Yes.
But anyway, somebody new to the panel, Japan. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Speechless now.
Lord Jesus.
Hello. Hi, my name is Japan Persetti. I am your average messy brat civilian of the Plug. Nice to meet you.
Oh, okay.
The intro.
And enjoy.
Well,
the
welcome.
Thank you.
I want to welcome everybody to the panel tonight. Thank y'all for being here.
I was choked up when she said all that.
Right, she said the thing
I like
that got me
glitter
was
and
the glitter.
rainbows.
That's what got me.
Honestly, I just lost my train of thought.
Nobody likes glitter, though? We all like glitter.
It's
Come
not,
on now.
but I don't think that's a...
That's not the topic today. So yeah, Momo.
Right. So tonight, okay, I know we having fun, y'all, but listen, tonight we're talking about something very serious. We're talking about abuse. That's right, abuse. Not just physical abuse, but emotional, mental. We're talking about all forms of abuse, how it affects that person, how can we move past it, how can we learn the signs. We're going to be talking about it. So I hope you guys are ready because I'm gonna try to get deep as much as I can. Wait, that didn't sound right. I'm gonna try to, as far as the topic goes, we're gonna try to dive into this very. I'm trying to be serious here, but this glitter thing just keeps coming up.
You going deep as you can, babe. Go deep as you can.
Listen, y'all, excuse me, but I'm being serious. We're gonna be talking about abuse tonight. So we're gonna be talking about signs of abuse. How can we help someone that is being abused? How can we ourselves move past the abuse? So please, this is not nothing professional. This is just something that, walks of life that we've experienced, and we're sharing it with you guys. So maybe, it can help the next person. You feel me? So, does anybody have it's a community discussion. Does anybody have anything they want to say before we get started? Miss Cassell, Miss Debbie, Miss Dollface, Miss Japan, anything?
I mean, we can go down the road. Start with Miss
Okay.
Cassell.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, definitely put a 1 in the chat. Tonight's show is so important. I know that we have specific months out of the year where we definitely have awareness about different types of abuse, but this is something that needs to be spoken about. I think also people don't realize that due to COVID and a lot of people not being able to leave their homes in certain states, maybe not in all, but in most, because of the fact that more couples are home together and spending more time together than they ever have, domestic violence has actually been on the rise over the past 2 years, especially in the United States. So there's so many different things that we're going to be touching base on tonight. And I just need not only the audience that we have here in front of us, but also the audience in YouTube land and beyond that to have open hearts and open minds as we are expressing ourselves and also taking in questions, not only from YouTube, but the audience in front of us.
Right. And don't forget, you guys, we have the Curious Cat. If you want to ask questions or, give us something, and you don't want to do it with your name out there, we have the Curious Cat going out there. We're going to post a link on our YouTube page. If somebody could get that for me, just post a link for the Curious Cat and you can just click on it, fill it out. It's 100% anonymous. If you don't want to share your, thoughts or information, your name or whatnot, and you can ask questions and we'll try our best to answer those questions for you. But a lot of men, I'm gonna start off by saying what? Huh? What I say? I know, I'm sorry, I'm just talking. My fault. Next, Miss Debbie Cakes, you go ahead, you can say what you gotta say. I was rambling. My fault, go ahead.
He confused me. I was like, am I going? Am I not going? You want to go, baby? You getting off your chest?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You sure?
I'm sure, go ahead.
Well, exactly what Cassell said. This actually touches home for me. Oh, if I don't hit the mute button and I can hear myself, there we go. This also touches home for me. My sorrow that I was in, we kind of taken a hiatus over a year and a half now. We actually would focus on this, and to answer Cassell, domestic violence is actually in October, domestic violence awareness. And we actually would shed light on domestic violence awareness because a lot of people on the grid and, like she said, in real life, they have had stories. We had a panel where we actually talked about this, and a lot of people came out, and you would never know the things that go on behind these computers. Like we say, these are real people behind these computers. We have things that go on. And I'm not going to get too much into it because I know that's what the topics we're going to be touching base on. But yeah, I meant to give Bella a link to a video that we actually did on the grid with my sorrow. I'll give that to you here in a second once I go look for it if you want to post it. But yeah. So yeah. Domestic violence awareness is in October. So, and it also has a hotline number on it, which is why I wanted to give it to Bella. But yeah, I'll be giving that to her. And I just wanted to make sure I put that out there. So, you don't have to speak on it here, but this is an open space. And if you need someone to talk to, I will give that link to Bella, and that hotline number is on there. So I'll give this to Momo now.
All right, thank you for that. Ms. Dollface, anything you would like to say or add to this?
No, I'm excited to be on the panel, and it's going to be a topic.
Okay, Ms. Japan?
I just can't wait to hear about these experiences. I have personal experiences as well.
Okay.
That I don't express, but I like to hear others.
Okay. Well, tonight, I'm going to start it off talking about something that a lot of people don't hear too much often, is a man saying that, yes, he was abused in a relationship. And yes, I was abused in a relationship. It's one of the reasons why I'm in the relationship that I'm in now. My past relationship pushed me to the brink of very high depression. and it wasn't physical, it was emotional, and it just made me question a lot of things about myself. How somebody could give someone their all and they just continue to treat them like shit. um I'm going out of my way to do something for somebody and it's never enough, or you ain't doing enough, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, just constantly down talking everything that I did. And that, like, Debbie can tell you, like, when I was going through that, she was there. If she wasn't my friend, I promise you, throughout those hard, like, she was telling me every day, like, you're gonna be all right, you can make it through it, try this, try that. And I was trying different things, and I mean, working from home, being a stay-at-home dad, working from home, taking the kids to school that weren't even mine now, mind you. Okay, this woman had 5 kids that were not mine, and I was still raising them like they were my own. And it was still, everything I was doing for her was not enough. And I got talked down to almost daily. I would cook, she would get mad that I didn't cook enough, or I wouldn't do something right, or I wouldn't give her this or give her. I mean, it really broke my mental. And a lot of those things that I went through in that relationship still transpired to this relationship that I'm in now. And it's sad because I don't want to put Debbie through that, but I'm so scared to be 100% with myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to, like, feel that pain again. I don't want to feel hurt, you know what I'm saying, or vulnerable in that, you know what I'm saying, in that moment. So it's hard for a lot of men to even admit that they went through anything like that. But even going through that and losing everything, losing my apartment, losing my car, losing my job, losing the connections I had with those children, even losing all of that and trying to get back out there and be that happy-go-lucky self, that person that I was, it took me a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I pushed that off to SL. I came into SL and just trying to get approval from everybody, just trying to prove to myself that I'm a good guy, that I'm cool, that people like me. You know, it's nothing wrong with me. I'm cool. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nice guy. And me trying to, I've ruined some friendships. I made people feel weird because of how I was acting. But if it wasn't for somebody actually sitting down and talking to me, telling me that, you know what, you have to do this for yourself. You don't have to get approval of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get verification or validation from nobody. It's all about yourself. So I had to look within myself first. You know what I'm saying? I had to love myself for who I was. And I had to stop thinking, like, I'm not put on this earth to please nobody. No, I don't give a damn who you are. Not my parents, not no significant other. I don't give a damn who you are. I'm not on this earth for you. I'm on earth for me and for the purpose that God put me on this earth for. You know what I'm saying? So I had to remember that and get out of my funk and be a better person for me. And then once I learned to love myself again and be a better person for me, then I was able to love again. Then I was able to see the world that I had been missing because I had been blinded by somebody hating on me for 3 to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I have been blinded by the fact that my parents, like, I still to this day feel like I have not got my parents' approval, even though I went to college, even though I had a great job. I had my own home and my own car and I was doing everything. It wasn't good enough for everybody. And I still to this day seek approval from a lot of things. And I got to remember, I'm doing this for me, not nobody else. So I hope that, me sharing this with you guys, for anybody that's out there dealing with something, like, just remember, no matter what, at the end of the day, you're on this earth. You're put in in your predicaments for you. You can get past it. I've been homeless. I've been to the point where I'm crying in front of my son, and my son he was 11 years old at the time. I'm crying in front of him, telling him, I ain't gonna be nothing, and I'm sorry that I really, when I tell y'all, I broke down, and my son just looked at me and said, "Daddy, it's okay. I love you. We're going to be all right." And having somebody, having my son tell me that, really, it made me feel bad, but it pushed me to, you know what? I'm not going to let my son continue to see me like this. I want my son to be proud of me, of who I am, like, and know that I'm doing my best as a father to raise him in the right way. And for him to be able to understand that at such a young age and know that, even though daddy failed and he can get past that and be stronger, That's something that value that I want to instill in him, that he doesn't have to worry about when he gets to, you know, to that point and stage in his life. So that's my story I want to share with y'all. I just want to I hope it touch somebody or help somebody. Before I move to any of the other panel guests, do I have anybody that want to ask any questions or have anything they want to say about that? Please put a one in the local. If you got any things that you want to add to that, let me know right now. If not, I'm gonna move right on to the next panelist. All right, let me check YouTube real quick. Okay, AJ, you got something? What you got for me?
So if you've been through all of this shit, right? Why you be on SL talking shit?
You know, a lot of
talking shit. If you already know, like, you already been through shit, you call a motherfuckers bro, this and that.
And I can tell you,
but you already been through so hell crazy shit.
Right.
Why you still do this shit?
Now let me tell you. Now, me personally, when I get on here and talk shit to people, it's all out of love and jokes. It's fun. I don't get serious like some people do. I'm not gonna call no names or nothing like that. But I could tell you that some people that do things like that on that level, right? Hurt people. Like Ambrosia said, hurt people do hurt people. And sometimes if you see somebody like seriously going out here doing stuff like that, they're probably in a state of mind where I'm fucked up in the head, so I'm gonna fuck somebody else's day up. You know what I'm saying? You have people like it's the crab in the barrel mentality. Because you walking above me, let me pull you down to my level. You know what I'm saying? It's that, right? Misery loves company. You've heard the story. People do those things. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why it happens. But when I joke with people out of fun. I don't joke people to like bring them down. You know what I'm saying? And I can't really answer for everybody. I can say answer for myself and say that when I joke with people, it's out of jokes and fun. It's not out of trying to hurt somebody. Anybody else?
100%. Yeah, you ain't wrong though. Somebody say I sound slow. You sound crazy.
Oh Lord, don't do that. Let's not answer.
Well, we're gonna move right along with that. Thank you, AJ, for that question. But I'm gonna move right along. J Pan. No, what? I think Dollface just crashed.
Yeah,
let's go to the other side.
Did you want to? You go ahead.
You want to go?
I mean, I was just gonna say like, yeah, I talk shit. But I talk shit just because if somebody says something stupid, I want to see the reaction when I say something. That's basically why I do it. And if they just talk shit back, then I talk shit back. And then it's to the point where we keep going, and then they feel stuck where it's like, why are you talking shit about my real life? I'm like, but you're talking shit about me. You put yourself out there. That's how I feel.
But don't you start it though? You
didn't put a one up, sir.
I ain't have to, but
you didn't put. Yes,
you do need to.
You gotta follow the process. You gotta.
I got something for your ass.
Lord. But anyway, move right along. Okay, AJ. Now you put this one. Okay, AJ. Thank you for putting the one up, sir. What you got for us?
All right. So,
let's not turn this into a back and forth, please.
Right.
What I'm confused about, if you caused it, then you got to be ready for
the whole show
right?
is about abuse.
No, what I mean is I start shit. I do.
Right.
I will start shit. No, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when I start shit and they start shit back, like back and forth shit, they can't complain afterwards saying like, oh, she keeps bothering me or this other shit. You can't do that. It doesn't make sense. You encouraged it, and then now you want to stop. That's why I told you to stop.
Like, what do you
no, but they want to stop though. They started it.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
I started
so
it,
AJ,
but they want to stop it. That's all I'm saying.
AJ, we gotta move. We gotta move
No.
on. AJ, we're gonna take care of
Either
that
way.
in the after show. We're gonna take care of this one in the after show, but we're gonna move right along.
It's a trolling thing. It's not nothing serious.
Right.
Okay.
We're gonna move right along. Miss Cassell, what you got for me? What is abuse to you? What does abuse mean to you?
Okay. Let me sit up. Okay. All right. So, what abuse actually means to me is any form of unwelcome attachment. So it's any form of unwelcomed attachment. That could be verbally, that could be physically, that could be sexually, any of those things. So, and it can weigh on your mental. So there's definitely mental abuse as well. It makes you mentally unstable and just not healthy. It can really get you into a very depressive state. So that's what abuse means to me. Anything that is unwelcome to my avatar, to my person in real life or on SL or IMVU or any social media that I'm choosing to use as a platform to communicate with others. If it's unwelcomed, it's abuse.
I agree. And he had to step away right quick, so I'm kind of going to take over for a smidge. But since it's my turn, that was very well put together. I agree with that. And also, just basically pretty much what she did and said. You touched it. You did. But honestly, I can't say that. Well, I can. I guess I can give my little story while we wait for Dolly to come back as well as him. But it's a short story. I've been verbally abused and physically abused in a relationship. I know Momo gave his story. Yeah, I was verbally abused basically by my children's father. And, you know, at 16, having a son, and then, you know, you already are insecure because you just had a kid. And then you've got this person who you thought was in your corner basically talking down to you, saying no one's going to love you, no one's going to give a fuck about you, you ain't shit, you ain't going to be shit, that's this and that, blah, 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 snore. You know, looking back and dealing with that, I can say I've actually come a long way, but it did take a toll on me as a person. I was a very mean and nasty person, and you mentioned IMVU, which is actually kind of funny because I was an actually big ass bully on IMVU. I used to make the exposals that you would see on the websites. I got so many accounts banned on there, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I even got hacked one point. Like, people did not like me on there. So, moving it on to when I met my girlfriend, that I was with for almost 3 years. It was a very ugly situation. That was the only time that I was ever physically violent with anybody that I've ever dated. We both were violent to each other, but it started off with her, of course, and it just kind of took me down a very bad path. And I understood I was just like, you know, I don't need this. Like, I don't need that, you know, and she was the only person I've ever put my hands on. It took me to a dark place. I found out that, you know, she was on plenty of other accounts, catfishing, playing with other people, brought my real life sister into the situation, was acting another account, trying to talk to her on another account. It just got really ugly. And so once I started getting on SL and I started seeing some positive people and I started to try to change my ways of doing things, shortly thereafter, I kind of bumped into Momo. And he was that one person that would always come to me with his problems. Like he said, you can ask Red. But yeah, like, he would always come to me with his problems. And not necessarily they were problems, but I was just there to listen to him vent. And, you know, I was always the one in his corner. After realizing the sisters that I had, you know, they opened my eyes and I grew up. You know, I wanted to push that learning onto someone else, pretty much. He's still a work in progress. I'm not trying to kill his friendliness or anything, but everybody knows, like, he is that type to try to gain acceptance and stuff like that. And sometimes it's in the wrong people. And it took a long time for me to realize who the wrong people were. You know what I'm saying? And you have to love yourself before you can ever satisfy anybody else. And, you know, just not like, you know, finishing this off, like, basically it took me being in a physical and a mental abusive relationship for me to have to rewire myself to realize that I should know my worth. I shouldn't have to do these types of things, like put myself in these type of predicaments and these type of situations to feel some type of ounce of attention or love, you know, like I can be by myself and be okay. And that's the kind of things that, I try to tell Momo and stuff like that. And I think Dolly's back, so we could be able to. Can you hear us now? We were told you lost your voice, your sounds. Yes. All right. And, summing that up, that's kind of my story. The question was, what do you think abuse is, Dolly? So what's your answer on that?
I think abuse is anything that somebody can use in a relationship to manipulate you to move in a way that they want you to move. Honestly, if they are manipulating you, I personally am a verbal and mental abuse survivor, and it's somebody don't necessarily have to put their hands on you. It's the threat that they will, and that ability to get inside your head. So to me, abuse is anything that somebody can do to manipulate you to move in the way they want you to move, and most likely out of fear.
Yeah.
So that's what it is for me.
You have any stories that you would like to share? Like you want to kind of dive a little bit into what you survived? Like, I think I gave my little story, so.
Only if you want to.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, no pressure, because I didn't share mine, but who knows, I might share it later.
No, it's fine. I was with someone for 3 years, and they were an alcoholic, and I've spoke about this person before, and it just progressively got worse, and they were a mean drunk. When they were sober, they were the sweetest person you could ever meet, but when they got drunk, and I'm talking pissy drunk at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, it would just get really verbally violent, very manipulative. This person was isolating me from people that I loved, that I cared about, creating all kinds of basically how do I word it?
Scenarios
like betraying my trust, it's hard for me to trust. And it's hard for me to be vulnerable with people and be 100% truthful, because they took my feelings, they took things that they knew about me, deep, intimate things, and used them against me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You basically became a brick wall.
It just makes it difficult for me to trust people, and then it unfortunately put me in this get them before they get me mentality that I'm constantly working through. Like, I'm still in therapy. I'm not ashamed to say it. I see a therapist every Wednesday for not just that, but just a lot of different things. I mean, that relationship was over 10 years ago. I've been with my husband for 10 years. So it still affects me, though, heavily. And I might share as the questions go on. I don't glitter. I don't want to end it awkwardly.
Honestly, no. I mean, if I can bounce off of what she says, I honestly, that, and I feel honestly, sadly enough, when you said that, and I don't want to get too much into me and Momo's in real relationship, but sadly enough, and I feel like I do put a lot of that on him, because people have witnessed my relationships on here, which is more or less what my relationships were, because I didn't really do relationships in real life. My relationship that I had on here was considered my real, if that makes sense. We took it off the game, but we just weren't physical. It was still a distance relationship, but still, you still had that mental, like you said. And I've always told people, I feel like that mental relationship is always a dangerous one. It's not always having to be mental, but when you can fuck up with someone's mind, you got them. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even need to do anything physically. You got them mentally, and that's the fuck up.
Right. They use these things against me. Like, for example, when I was a teenager, I was a cheerleader, and I went through an eating disorder. And this is something that I shared with this person, and they knew about it. They knew how bad it had got for me. And at this point, I would say like a year and a half in our relationship, like, they use that against me. Like, oh, you're eating again, or oh, you're hungry. Like, just fucking with my mental state. And at the time, I was like 130 pounds, 140 pounds. I'm 4'11", you know what I mean? And I look back at it like, the way that they use that and other different things, like it made me to the point where I was like, I'm in a relationship with this person, but I can't even be real with this person,
right?
Because they're going to use it against me.
That's how my
so
past
like
relationships were.
Enemy almost. Like it was very, just really, fucked up. Like
yeah.
I just don't understand how.
I want to say this, baby, before you go, but I've never put that issue on Momo, because I know Momo's not like that. I've known Momo too long to know he would never do anything like that. But it's just that trust. Like, when you've been fucked over so many times, and then the minute that you feel that inkling of something in your relationship about to fuck up, you know what I mean? And then you're just like, like you said, I'm gonna get you before you get me. I'm gonna nip it in the bud before it even happens. Like, you feel like it's gonna happen. And then so many times me and Mom will have these arguments. It's like, dude, I'm like, I can't help that. Like, it's hard. It's something I have to work on within me. And I'm not even saying I'm perfect. Yeah, I say, yeah, I work on Momo on certain things that he does, but trust and believe, I work on things about me too. So it's like, it's never like a perfect moment. You know what I mean? And it's a working situation within itself, within yourself, within the relationship, because once that trust is broken within you, yeah, you can move on to relationships, but there's never going to be right until you can trust again. And then it's like, when someone does something to fuck that trust up again, it's just like your mental is already going to put that block. It's that block is just there. And it's really hard, if at all even possible, to get rid of. But I'll let Baby go ahead. I just want to let that go.
You're fine.
Dolly was saying.
Yeah, I will say that even, going through an emotional abuse relationship myself, it's like I said, it's hard. Like, even when we talk, it's like you can tell, like, when you're still dealing with that, even in your new relationships. And a lot of people say, you're not supposed to bring your baggage into a relationship. That's understood. But when it's something that's weighing on you that heavy, that fucks with your mental or your perception of how, a relationship or love life is supposed to be, it is very hard, very difficult. Now, the cool thing is that while you're in your new relationship, having somebody that's understanding of that fact, not somebody that's going to remind you that, hey, well, look, I ain't this bitch, and you gonna get over it. Somebody that's not like that, rather than saying, "Hey,"
that a couple times.
She has had to say it, but she doesn't. She trust me, she has said it, but she has said it in a way where I understand. Like, she understands. Like, look, I understand you dealing with this issue, but that's not me. That's not who I am. I'm here to help you, and having that reassurance, hearing that helps you. So, Lord, she don't crash again. Having that
she be in Cassell now.
Right, she be in there she goes. Okay, I thought she left. Having that reassurance in your new relationship really helps out. Having somebody to talk to. As you heard, Dollface said she goes to therapy every Wednesday. If that talking to somebody else will help you, then let that be what helps you. If it's somebody in your relationship, it's talking to a friend, talking to a family member, it doesn't matter. Talk to somebody. Let that out. Don't hold it and bottle it in. You know what I'm saying? People, you never know what somebody's going through. And like I said, that's one of the reasons why I want to do this show, so that we can try to help, somebody out there.
Those built-in thoughts is what leads to that abuse, leads to the physical, leads to people doing things that would be totally out of their norm. I'm trying to hold it back because I knew I was going to get emotional. But I had a friend that I went to school with just recently, and to hear that he has shot his girlfriend out of domestic abuse, it hurt me, because I was like, he used to be the most bubbly person, like the most funniest person. He was a jokester. He was funny. And then to hear that he was going through some mental things in his relationship, and to hear that he shot her not once but twice. And the cops have been called multiple times to their house about arguing and hollering and stuff like that. And no one thought to get in between and try to help. You know what I mean? And that's why, I really wanted to be on this panel, because I really want to shed light. There's another person that passed away. Was it last summer that No, it was the summer you came down here, because right after it was 4th of July. So 2 summers ago. my friend Royce, he wasn't even in this situation, but he was dating a girl who had a jealous jealous ex-boyfriend. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and guy came over and shot him, and he didn't make it. And two of my friends, one's in jail for killing his girlfriend, and one's in heaven for being with the wrong chick. And it all goes down to that domestic violence. He was a crazy ex, and she got away from him, but not too far away, obviously, that he was hurting other people. So it just goes to show, like, it doesn't even have to be directed to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful in these situations, and, you know, and not have that bottled up emotion and aggression, because it can lead to other problems. It can lead to you hurting yourself or other people. And there's too many people in this world that people can talk to and should not have to feel like they can't. And I feel like even if it's somebody that you don't, hell, if you want to hit my box up and you ain't even ever talked to me a day in your life, I mean, get it out, write it down in my box. I'll let you write all you want in my box. I don't care. If it means saving a life and saving somebody and saving someone from taking a hospital trip or taking a road down to where they don't need to go, I mean, there's too many people in this world for someone to feel like they're alone, honestly.
Right. Well, I'm gonna read what CC wrote. CC said, "I'm at a stage in the breakup. I don't know where to start because it went so far long." What do you mean by that, CC? What did you mean by that? If you don't mind me asking. I was trying to read what you guys were typing, but I did see that you had said something, so I was just trying to bring it back to you. If you want to get on mic, you can. If not, you can type it out.
I guess I've been in the relationship for 10 years. I've known them for 15 years. We have a daughter together, and I honestly just feel like we broke up because he had went to jail for abuse, and I just nobody wants to talk to me about it anymore. Everybody's like, oh, she's just gonna go back, or we're all his friends. It's like I had nobody. I came out here for him. You know what I mean? So I like.
Right. So you just lost at what you're supposed to do at that moment. Now, I can tell you a lot of women, when they're dealing with a situation like that, you know, you're not at home. You don't have anyone. You know what I'm saying? You're in unfamiliar territory, and you're trying to figure out what to do next. The best thing I can tell you to do is just ask for help. No matter whether it's from somebody who's going to tell you, girl, you need to get out of that situation. Girl, you need to go home. Ask somebody.
I mean,
talk to somebody.
If you feel answers.
You want to?
I've been there. Honestly. I've been there. My baby daddy was in and out of jail for multiple domestic issues. Not just towards his about. I don't think he's ever put his hands on his other baby mamas. He's got 3. I'm number 1. But honestly, this is the thing that you do in your relationship. You've been there for 10 years. So you already know this person, correct? You know this person. You know what they're about. You need to write out the pros and the cons of being in this relationship. And I told my sister this exact same thing because she's going through the same thing. He's not abusive to her, but it's just that point when you've reached that point. You know what I mean? Like, you just reached that point, like you're kind of on the fence. So yeah, you write those pros and those cons out, and if the pros outweigh the cons, then you know you have your answer. And if it's the other way around, then it's the moves you need to start making. This is your life. You only got one. You know, you don't want to waste it somewhere where you're not happy. And if you're not happy, and it's not even really about other people not wanting to hear about it, but I've been in that situation where I kept going back. You know what I'm saying? I kept going back. I kept dealing with it. And I had to tell myself, like, I'm not happy here. And if I'm not happy here, I can't expect anybody else to hear me when they know I'm not happy. So you got to be that person to be that strong one and find your happiness. If you know you're happy without them, then go down that path and you'll probably find something even better down the road. But if you know that you want to stay there, and your pros outweigh your cons, then there's your answer. That's the first step into finding your happiness right there.
And there you have it. Zuri said, how do you deal with someone that's so insecure and trust issues that they just can't even trust you or get mad over the little things? That was one of the reasons that my ex sheds her or abused me in a way. She wasn't used to having somebody that was fully committed to her. She was used to being in a relationship where somebody talked shit to her, and in turn she used that against me, tried to make sure I would stay, I guess. She wanted to hurt me or make me feel belittled enough to the point where I would stay. But once she realized that I wasn't going anywhere and I was going to try to work through that she just upped and left. So they used those tactics because I didn't realize it until like later on after we broke up that she had never seen a real relationship last. Like, you know how back in the, like, my grandparents married 60 years. God rest my grandmama's soul. I love her to death, but she's gone off now. But my granddaddy and her met when they were 16 years old, and they were married up until the day my grandmother had passed away. And you talking about true love. Like, I seen that growing up, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I want something like that in my life. You know what I'm saying? That was something I aspired to see. So she didn't get a chance to see something like that. She didn't get to see, like, everybody in her family was divorced. Like, everybody had new husband, new relationship. They've been married 3-4 times. So she was used to in and out of relationships, never having a stable relationship. So because she was so used to it, she was trying to, I guess, push me away before we been together for 5-6 years, and then I'm just up and left. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, you know, so like we said earlier, hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Because she couldn't see that, she couldn't bank on that. She wanted to get rid of me before she got really hurt or felt like something bad was really gonna happen. Or maybe she was just a fucked up individual, like Reggie said. I don't know. I don't care. I moved on in my life and I'm happy now. But it's hard because I don't even. It's hard to deal with somebody who's like constantly, gonna constantly remind you of something so small like that. Oh God, like I'm having flashbacks. I'm trying to like get through this, but yeah, like the littlest thing, the smallest thing, and they're pushing your buttons, and it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing it? Miss Cassell, could you answer that for that person? Could you? Because I'm having a moment right now.
Oh gee.
Okay. Can you guys hear me good? I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you.
I would say in most relationships, right? You get in a place where you guys are kind of, I want to say symbiotic. I don't want to use like major words or whatever, but it's like you guys start to become so in tune with each other that you're almost finishing each other's sentences, you know, in that way. And so sometimes when you're so in tune with your partner and it seems like you may be drifting or somebody else may be taking interest somewhere else, and it doesn't necessarily mean like they want to cheat or that they're looking at somebody else to leave you for, but it just seems that when your interest, you know, start going in a different way, it becomes like an irritant, I guess, to your partner. So any little thing that you do or any past old aggressions or mistakes that you have made, even though they've seen great fleets of you changing and trying to be your best self for them, because that's what being a relationship is really supposed to be about, showing up every day as your best self, not only for yourself, but for your partner. It gets to the point when the stuff starts getting abusive and the narcissistic behaviors and making things about them, they have already checked out and removed themselves from the partnership of the relationship. And so now everything is about what you're doing wrong. But yet they're so comfortable being uncomfortable that they don't want you to leave them alone. I mean, because you guys, you're not in prison. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to stay with somebody, especially if you're not happy. But the majority of people, whatever those reasons may be, they're so comfortable in their discomfort that they would just rather, like you said before earlier in the hour, misery loves company. they'd rather just pick apart the other person at their expense. And that's a terrible way to go about it.
Yeah, some people feel like they have to settle, like there's nothing else out there. You know what I'm saying? Because the dating pool is just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like how it was 5-10 years ago. Everybody dates now to, like, I guess, I don't know, like social popularity
for insurance or
right.
For,
it's like,
what do you bring to the table, or what can you do for me that I can do for you? Like, it's always a business transaction with the relationships now. I'm tired of it.
Right.
It's always like even with marriage, it's the same thing.
Right. And nobody really wants to, like, you know, no matter what they're going through, they're just like, girl, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna just try to work through it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to put themselves out there and be vulnerable again.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I think that's what it boils down to, is that you just don't want to be vulnerable again.
That's true. But the other part to that too is when you're looking at the cycles of abuse, and like we were speaking on, just people staying comfortable in their discomfort, the number one thing over love that makes people move or change is fear. Fear is way more potent sometimes than love could ever be, because it seems like the only time people move out of their discomfort is when there's a fear of loss in some way. So just everybody, if you don't take nothing else from tonight, take that with you. Don't let your whole person or inner being have to be afraid of something before you make the choice to love yourself and move in a better way.
Ms. Dollface, I see you had put a 1 up. Is there something you want to say before I get to this question that was out? Or you were just agreeing?
I was just going to respond to Zuri, where Zuri was like, so is it worth it to stay and keep trying or no?
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, that's up to you, babe. That's up to you if you feel like this person has the ability to, I don't want to say change, but to grow. You know what I mean? To grow past that or through that, you know, that insecurity. But if it's bringing you so much disruption and you're not at peace, or you are falling out of love, or you're frustrated, then out of love, tell that person that maybe they still need some time to heal from whatever shit they're going through, and y'all can still be close, but like, you can't be with them right now. Like, that's, you know what I mean? And I know it's easier said than done because we're all here for one reason or another, but like, honestly, that's up to you if you see it in that person to grow and evolve or not. And how can you best help them to improve themselves?
All right. I seen that Tutu. I got you, Blaze. I get you. I mean, not Blaze. Japan. I got you. I don't know why I said Blaze.
Okay.
But Tutu says, have y'all ever gone through a relationship while you were trying to heal someone, you end up damaging yourself in the process? Like, as you continue to go back and allow yourself to be abused from just the simple fact you don't want to be the one who hurt them more, or you don't want to leave them alone in this world.
Yes.
That's deep.
That is very deep. Thank you for that.
Yes.
I can relate to that, low-key.
Okay, well, you go ahead, Japan. You can speak on that.
Well, I'll just give a situation. To the point where you're both were friends for a long time, and then to the point where if you see your other partner with another opposite person, you don't like the girl talking to him, or you don't like the guy talking to her. But then just one of them end up, let's be serious, since we obviously address and confront each other about the other person talking to you. And to that point is where you guys are always, like what Cassell said earlier, finishing each other's sentences, is like, sort of say, like, you guys are faded. But it just ends up being obsessive, or every little thing that you do, the other person will think that you're going to leave them. Or the other will say that, so you have backup plans when you guys break up, or not talk to each other ever again. So you don't know what to do. Or to the point where the other one will say, the littlest thing that you've done, not cheated, but you probably lied about something, certain thing. And when you talk to some other guy or some other girl, they'll use that against you. Saying like, oh, so you found another guy best friend or another girl best friend? Is that your backup plan? And you don't know what to say. And then when you guys end it, but the other one will say, you're really going to end this? You're really going to leave me? Like, what's that person supposed to say? Exactly.
All right, Miss Cookie, you got something you want to say?
Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I understand that. Just to follow up on what you say, Japan, I feel like that plays in a lot of narcissists. That is like the constant back and forth and like the weird energy, like that's just a lot of narcissists, you know. And it's like I've been into something like that, and I believe that that person, that individual that's telling all them lies, telling you, giving you the runaround, that is literally a victim of abuse. And they're taking their abuse out on other people, making them, you feel me, victims as well. And it just keeps spreading, and that's sick to me. It's very much sick. It is sick. People seeking help, they sit there and they just play with other people for their own game, like just to be fun. Like no.
Just like that partner who's witnessed that, and that person saying, "You really gonna leave me?" That person, he or she, wants to be strong for that person because they know what that person went through in their life. It's not about, it's like abuse thing. It is about abuse thing as well, but they want to be strong for that person, like stronger. Even though that person seems weak, no matter what they said, they know they're weak right now. They know they're not trying to be vulnerable to that person, but they're going to be strong for that person because they know they've been there for you. Even though you're pushing them away, they want to be there for you. But it's hard. I
think a lot of people would rather just, like I said, settle in that, you know, that in that mentality, and rather than just let it go. Like I've always, every time we talk about like relationships and stuff like that, and leaving a relationship and moving right along, I've always been brought back to this meme where I seen where this guy was holding on to this girl. He was like hanging off a cliff, and there was this guy, he was hanging on to this girl. He was trying to pull her up, but she kept weighing him down, and it was like she was trying to pull him down with her, and it would just be easier for him to just let it go and move on with his life because she doesn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like that person doesn't want to be there in that moment with you. They don't want to work through it. It's not like she's trying to pull herself up. She's trying to pull you down. Let it go. Move on. It's easy. It's so many other people out there in this world that will love you and care about you. But for one, you got to start with yourself. And the hardest thing to do is to let go of that past hurt. Right. It is easier said than done. It is. Yeah. Hey, I promise you, I'm a living witness to it. It's very hard, but it's not something that is impossible. It's not impossible to do because you can move forward. You can change your whole life. You can do that. And with that, before we move right along to our next subject, we are going to go to our commercial breaks. This is a very good topic. I really appreciate y'all sharing out there in the audience. Thank you so much. I want to thank my panel guests, and I also want to thank the Plug for sponsoring us, letting us do our show here. So big shout outs to the Plug. If you're new to Second Life and you want to come join, please go to secondlife.com, join. If you're already a part of Second Life and you want to come here, just once you get logged in and you're 14 days old, just go to your search bar at the bottom, click on places, and type in the Plug. That's THAPLUG, the Plug, and look us up. Drop down. I'll be here. Dog might be here. Debbie might be here. Cassell. Anyway, we might be here, but if not, just look for us. We'll be around, but please come. There are a lot of people here. I'm gonna pass it on over to Dollface. She's gonna read us our sponsor. Our ads for the night, and we're gonna go from there.
Hello, everyone. Tonight's first sponsor of this episode of Mole Nights is the Royal Crest Isles. Royal Crest Isles is an adult beachfront resort experience with private accommodations that softly whisper coastal elegance. Embrace the only way to sincerely enjoy. I didn't pre-read these. I should have pre-read these. Embrace the only way to sincerely enjoy the peace your second life deserves. Get away and become entangled with our coastline minds that will give you the escape you need with ones you love. Here is their website, you guys. If you want to experience a Second Life getaway, check out Royal Crest Isles. There you are.
Hey.
I can talk like
also,
that too.
our
Let me
next
talk like
commercial-
Dolly right quick. Those interest
yes.
styles. Yes.
Come see
Wow.
this magic
Wow.
hands over at Royal
Just
Crest
like
Isles.
Mute.
I am just saying. I'm just saying. I'm saying.
You should have put glitter.
Fine.
I
Fine.
did
somewhere.
put glitter in there. With glitter.
It was so professional and so soothing.
Next up, I want to shout out the plug as well, just so you guys know, if you've never explored the full sim, we do have rentals. That's right. If you've never been on the other side of the tunnel, we do have housing space available. If you love the plug, you can live at the plug, and it will award you res rights as well. So if you want to res those cars or whatever it is you want to finagle with, you can. We have 3 houses available right now. Please reach out to our real estate team or reach out to myself and I will get you in the right direction. The plug store is right across the way. If you look out this big, beautiful window, you see the plug store over there where we sell the finest recreational narcotics. Okay. We sell cocaine, gummies, brownies, and our brand new upgraded bento blunts. We also have Black and Milds that are brand spanking new. You might have thought you got them at the Grand, but these are interactive. So make sure y'all show the Sims some love. And over here next to our lovely panel guest, Miss Japan, is our tip jar. I just want to say, you guys, that tip jar pays out the entire Cracking Up crew. It helps us to continue to advertise, promote, and do all of the wonderful things that we do to bring you this production. If you could show us a little bit of love or a lot of bit of love, we would truly appreciate it. I know it's the end of the month, but if you got 10, 50, or 1,000 Lindas, whatever, just make sure you show us some love so we can continue to put this production on for you. Last but not least, the plug store. You guys, we're hiring. So if you need a job, you need a little extra coin in your pocket, we do have hourly wages. I'm paying hourly pay. So message me. I am the manager of the plug store. I can get you an interview and we can go from there. With that said, back to you, Momo.
CNU Entertainment.
Glitter.
We gotta talk like
Glitter and
talk
rainbow.
like
Oh my God.
all day with the glitter.
All right. So, before we move right along, is there anybody else out there in the audience? Any more questions that you guys might have for us before we move on to the next topic? If not, if you go ahead and put that one up. If not, I'm going to go right ahead. And I'm going to ask this question. What do you think about females that abuse males? I'm gonna bring that up. I'm gonna ask Miss Cassell. Miss Cassell, what do you think about females that abuse males?
I think that women who abuse men, that's absolutely trash. It's a trash mentality to have. Unfortunately, our society blows women's heads up to make them believe that because there are more laws in place in the 20th century, i.e., like I said, the 20th century, child, because well on about good 50 years ago, we still didn't have as many rights as we have right now. So let's just keep it a buck. But it's a trash mentality to have, because I think if I were to have children and I had a son right now, I'm going to tell him, don't beat her. But if she hits you, you better shake the shit out of her and restrain her till you could get away. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not with the females putting their hand on men. Like, I know so many households where they're like, if you want to act like a man, you'll get treated like a man. Now, I'm not really okay with that whole vibe with that, but I'm saying, though, don't step into a man's place, ladies. It's never okay. It's a whole totally different thing. If you're defending yourself, that's one thing. But just because you mad and he's not listening to you or walking away from you and you feel like you just want to, get all rambunctious and run up on him, you will get your ass knocked out. I'm not saying that all women are weak. I'm not saying that there aren't women that can't beat up a man, because we know that there are some, and it's not really talked about as much. But I believe that is garbage, very trash, mentality to have, where society blows these women's head up now to where they think they can just run off at the mouth and then think they can beat up on men and men not supposed to do nothing back to defend themselves or get away. That's my answer.
Thank you for that. Japan, I see you put a 1 up, even though you're on the panel. You don't.
I wanted her to finish. That's why I just put it 1 up. That's it. I was actually talking over her.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel the same way, especially towards women who belittle husband or boyfriend or any other man and act like they are the man and they can take care of themselves. Like, oh, I don't care. I can do whatever I want. But when it comes to like a home, for example, they're gonna need a man. What is that?
Yo.
But okay. But sorry. Anyway, but when it comes to a household, like my mom, for example, she had a few marriages, a boyfriend, but like she'll need help around the house. But cement or the backyard or even like the leak in the roof or so to speak. So she'll have a man that has that, but he doesn't know how to read nor write, but he'll be handy for you. But she'll belittle him if he doesn't do certain things that she has.
Hold on, Jackie.
Yeah,
we are live on YouTube, so if you could mic down, please, we'd really appreciate it.
Oh shit, my fault.
No, you're good. I figured you didn't know. It's okay. Go ahead, Japanese.
Thank you. Yeah, so basically she'll belittle him for whatever reason. I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, you chose this guy. You know how his situation was, and you still belittle him, even though he should belittle you, to be honest, for choosing him. But that's just my opinion. But like, she will always raise her voice like she's the man of the house, and won't give him the chance to speak. And it was just to the point where he'll leave multiple times, but he'll always come back. It's weird. It's really weird to me because it's always, even like she's, say, Jehovah's Witness, they go by, man has to be the head of the house. So if you're Jehovah's Witness and you're baptized at the top of that, why aren't you going by the Bible?
A lot of people are scared to do that. A lot of people.
I feel personally that, I mean, the man can still be I guess I don't even know how to word that because it's like,
okay, take your time.
Yeah, like in my mind, like, okay, y'all know I talk my shit. Okay, I talk my shit all the time with Momo, of course, but he is the man of my family. You feel what I'm saying? I would never, what's the word? Emasculate. Thank you. My brain went blank. That's why we're here together, helping me out. Okay. I would never emasculate him at all. Like, he is a man. It was funny because I even filled this thing out on Facebook and it was like, who wears the pants? My man does. I'm not about to, like, what? Like, of course, I talk my shit like, I'll bust you upside your head. Would I actually do it? No, I have kids to take care of. I don't need a trip to prison. I am okay. I don't need that in my life. But, I mean, I honestly, it's just crazy to me because, yes, I say that now. And I did say earlier, yes, I was in a violent physical relationship where we both were putting hands on each other. But I've never put my hands on a man. You know what I'm saying? I've never had to. A man has never put me in that predicament or that position where I felt like I needed to either defend myself or feel like I had to stand some type of like dominance. Like we are an equal couple. Like I say all the time, me and him, we see each other as equals, but he is the man and I am the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my womanly duties. He has his manly duties to be the man of the house, and he's the provider and all that, what we get into in our own relationships on our own terms. And yeah, so to hear that kind of thing is really crazy. Like, I mean, I can't say crazy, okay? Because everybody has their own religions and their own beliefs and stuff like that. So I take crazy back. Let me take that back. Yes, and it sadly happens because I was talking out of my mind and not realistically. But yeah, like it's very different, I should say, to hear that is something that is sadly going on in the world where sometimes the woman is the one that is actually the head of the household sometimes. And it could be because he doesn't carry his weight. Yeah. It could be because he allows her to. It could be, like I said, religious reasons. It could be the way that they hold their household. Do I still feel like anybody should be putting their hands on anybody? I mean, we learn at 5 years old to keep our hands to ourselves. So I mean, to this day, I don't understand the high rate that we have in abusive relationships.
Well, what about
that's the scary part that I.
What about the guys? Too. What about the guys who are stay-at-home dads? Like I was a stay-at-home dad, but could they still be considered head of the household? Like
I think, I mean, okay, that's just like for us, for instance, if you hadn't have gotten your job,
right,
and I started working,
right,
you're still the man of our house. I mean, I don't feel like, and that's kind of goes back, if anybody was watching our show the other day when Ima was talking about the whole finance thing.
Right.
I don't feel like that matters. I mean, when you are with somebody, even if you're not even married to this person yet, you have vows for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, for sickness and health. Those are still things that can be in your day to day. You don't have to have a ring and a piece of paper for you to still abide by those. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't feel like me having a job and you being at home, that just means you're taking care of home. It would be the same way if I wasn't having a job and I was at home and you had, I mean, you're still the man and I'm still the woman.
Right.
I mean, like, everybody has their down and their up times.
Yeah, not everybody views it in that aspect, and I think that's where sad. A lot of that comes. It is very sad, but I don't. This is really good. I really appreciate y'all for sharing and coming out. But I think we have some curious cats. Before I come to you, Miss Cassell, I do believe Dollface says we got some curious cats. So if you want to go ahead and read one of those curious cats for me, Miss Dollface.
Hello. Again, yes, our curious cat question is, and I really like this one, how do you deal with someone who attacks your character daily, but turn it around and say it's just a joke? How should I confront that?
Jokingly stop dipping with their ass for real.
I would personally, I would express that to them, like, hey, to you it's a joke, but no, I'm taking it seriously. This is cutting me. Make them aware. Right. And if they go, oh, you're just a sensitive, whatever, then that means they're disregarding your true feelings. Make sure you're being honest about it. Make sure you're telling them how you honestly feel. And if they disregard your feelings, then to make your next move your best move.
And when they disrespect your confrontation about your feelings, just do it back to them. I don't encourage shit.
No, seriously. No. I agree.
To the point, it's like, just do it back and see how they feel about it. I want to see how they feel. It's always a reaction thing for me. So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I want to see what's so funny about it. Okay.
Right.
I'll see.
I'm a high stickler. Now, hold on. Wait. Because let me say this.
I want to hear from the audience because they've been real quiet today.
Right.
One in the chat. How do you deal with someone who attacks
1,000%
but turn it around and say it's just a joke? How should this person confront that? What do y'all think? Nobody, y'all just listening today. It's cool if y'all are. I just want to make sure
Cookie
that we including y'all. What's up, Cookie?
Yeah.
First off, that something is wrong with that person, period. Second off, you just don't, it's just energy that you should not be around. Simple. So once you you see somebody displaying them type of actions, just go ahead, see your way through the door, find somebody new. It's plenty of fish in the motherfucking sea. It's about 1 billion people on this motherfucking earth. Everybody ain't built the same, so you just gotta go ahead, excuse them, and keep pushing.
Yeah.
But what? Okay, so we are talking about abuse and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So what if that person that is, how would you feel like? What are they supposed to do if they just feel like they can't go nowhere? Like even if they express their feelings and they talk to them and they tell them, hey, look, this is hurting me. Can you please stop? And they say, oh, okay, I'm gonna stop. And then 5 months down the road, they do it again. Like,
it's time to start planning a move. If you can't move, then you need to be planning that thing. You can't stay in a toxic situation like that. It's
not that easy for some folks, though.
But okay, That's why I say you
Yeah,
plan
but
that.
It's really
You
not.
have
It's
of a
really not because
plan.
I said earlier it takes an abused person up to 7 attempts before they successfully leave. So let's keep
Well,
that
I
in
mean,
mind.
the question was, though,
true.
I
Those are
mean, what do you do? But, I mean, I can't just
Right.
say, well, you just sit
Right.
there and take it.
Well,
You
that's-
know? Like,
no,
I mean,
you know.
You're saying to leave, but I would think.
but no, I'm saying
just
to
saying give them
plan
some
it. I'm not
strategy
saying
or
just up and
something.
go. I'm not saying just up
Right.
and go. I'm saying if
Have
you
a
know
backup.
this is that person,
Right.
start to
Okay,
build
have a backup,
something
right.
to get you to go, is what I'm saying.
okay.
Like, I know you can't just get up and walk out the door. Okay,
Yeah.
I get that. But you can't, I mean, I'm not saying you can't. You can, if you want to, sit there in
Yeah.
the rut. But if you know that you want to leave, then you gotta push yourself to plan that stuff and
Okay, I
build
see.
that
Okay, I
up.
see where you-
Like,
okay.
yeah.
I got you
mean,
now.
Yeah.
Map it out. Right.
Right,
I
map it out.
see. Is that Lydia? Lydia. Okay, Lydia, what you got for us?
I think it's already been addressed, but I was going to say that you can't really control somebody else's behaviors. If you've already told them that they're pushing your boundaries and they continue to do so, all you can really do is like exit.
Yep.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Just make sure you
just
plan,
make
like-
express it first. You know, don't
Right.
think that they're supposed
Yeah.
to automatically know.
Yeah,
Right.
have the conversation, but if
Right.
they prove that they're going to continuously push your boundaries, that's on you to be like,
Yep.
nah.
There you go. There
Very
you
true.
go.
Very true.
Very true. Cookie, did you want to add? I saw you put up another one, or was you agreeing? Or
I mean, I did want to add, I had a similar situation just like that, but even with my best friend or whatever, he'd tell me, oh, okay, yeah, I ain't gonna do it, or I ain't gonna act like this, whoop-de-whoop. And he'll go, like you said, 5 months down the line, he'll fucking do it again. So what I had to do, I had to grow some balls. Basically, what I'm telling everybody, grow some motherfucking balls. Know that you deserve more and you're like out of life, period. And just close that door with that person. It's not worth having that door open and continue going through that same cycle over and over again. That's
Right.
when the abuse for real start. Because
Yeah.
now you thinking mentally you thinking, oh, something wrong with me. No, it's the other person. Sorry,
Yeah.
you gotta go.
right? Blaze, I saw you had a one up there. What you got for us, Blaze?
Yeah, I just had a question for those who were saying kind of that take the petty route. Do you feel that changes you, your energy, your behavior? Like, does it affect you negatively to where you become more of a hurtful, jaded person? Because hurt people. But like,
Amen.
how do you feel?
Can-
Like, if you're gonna take that route, like, does that affect you?
Can I answer it before Japanese does?
Go ahead.
I hate her. I'm not talking no more. I hate her. She knows when I talk.
Honestly, no, because listen, my thing is today. I'm gonna say today. Today, the person that I am today is not the person that I was when I was 16, taking it and having
Yeah.
people tell me and talk me down and stuff like that. Today, I know my confidence. I know the person that I am. So then when someone wants to sit there and talk that shit to me, I'm bold enough to give it back. Yes, because now I'm not that bitch. I'm not that fat bitch. I'm not this. I'm not that ugly whore. I'm not this. Oh, nobody's going to love me, because I know people love me. I love me. And that's the thing. So when people want to sit there and talk down to you, and then I say it back, and then they're like, oh, clutches my pearls. I can't believe you said that to me. Well, bitch, because I want to be a bitch. We're going to be two bitches talking. And I know y'all have heard me say that plenty of times when people call me out of my name. I don't take that word bitch very kindly. So yes, we could be two bitches talking, or we could be two grown people talking. But I'm not going to give you the same energy you give me. And that's the petty way of how I do it. I don't know how Japanese does it, but I'm going to let Japanese do it. But yeah, for me, answering that question in that petty way, yes, I will do that, because I know who I am and I'm okay with who I am. People are okay with who I am. I'm either going to be loved, you're going to love to hate me, or you're going to hate to love me. That's just it.
But wait,
But
do
going
you
to
do
Japanese.
that and then leave, or do you do that and continue on with whatever relationship, friendship?
Oh no! See, okay, I can answer that
That's
right
why
quick
it's-
before
yeah.
Japanese goes,
Go ahead.
because someone kept calling me a bitch one day, and Babe can attest to this. I kept getting called bitch, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be too many of your bitches. I know that. We can end this friendship right now, and I unfriended them right in their face. I'm not doing that disrespect thing. I don't call people bitches You can't even tell me that I call them bitches. Bitch, that isn't even in my vocabulary. So when I'm talking to someone, I'm gonna talk to them. And if you're my friend and I'm telling you I'm not okay with that and you continue to do so, it's done. You know where I am. You know the kind of person. There's only 3 people on SL that can say bitch, and I know what they mean. It's not in a derogatory way. So when I'm getting someone calling me bitch, I know it's in a derogatory way because we don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if they're getting out of line, I'm gonna cut that short real quick. I have no problem in front of people right in front of their face. Like, not at all. And is that petty? I guess you could call that petty, or just me being honestly not cool with you no more because you just did some disrespectful shit. But I'll let Japanese take over.
Before Japanese goes,
go
yeah. I was just gonna say sometimes honesty can be looked at as being hurtful, but some people can't handle it. So I can understand.
I think Blaze wanted to say one.
Yeah, but go ahead, Blaze. You had something else that you was gonna say.
I just wanted Jap to add this in her answer. Okay, so you have people that have that in relationships and they stay in the relationships, and let's just say you're married. It's not just peace out. So like they just keep being petty to each other. You see them? Because I know you said that you would just respond in kind. So in that situation, I want to know what your answer would be, because you said
like in marriage type thing.
Back. Yeah.
Okay, that's different to me. But if it's towards like friends or people who you just met off the street, that's different. I was just like keep on going until they want to stop, because I'm a troll like that. But when it comes to marriage, that's a serious thing because you're there forever, death do us part, and one of them has to be a bigger person. I know I would. I had to stop because we're too grown. We're about to have kids. We're about to have a future. We're about to grow old together. That's what it is. So
or you might even already have kids in there. You know?
Yeah, that too. So I'm just like, no, we got to be grown. I can't just be petty back and forth and show the kids that. Doesn't make sense.
Right.
You can't. No. So I don't. That's why I said be petty. But then again, I don't encourage it in a lot of situations. I just like be petty, like it's to the point where you'll do it and then stop.
Okay.
And see how they react after the next time they see you or pass down the street. Do they apologize or will they continue? Like,
they gonna apologize, girl.
That's what
Mr. Sal, you've been
like, I am petty, but like only
over here. What you got for us, Miss Cassell?
I'm feeling it because I'm not the absolute most prim and proper. You know, I have a mouth on me as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm hot-headed. I cuss you out and ask questions later. Sometimes I might have to backpedal and pussy pop and say, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but it's not too often where I'm offering up free apologies, especially if I feel like you wronged me. Nothing make me madder than a mug. I'm
sorry, but I'm a
I feel you all the way. I'm Capricorn. I'm not good with apologies.
Oh my
I'm just like,
God.
You know what?
You deserve it though. Lord, both got stubborn signs.
I'm just simply saying because it's like people will cut you and then act like they're the one that's bleeding, and I cannot. Okay,
exactly.
I really cannot, especially when the thing about Sagittarius is we have very high standards for the people that are around us, including ourselves. So we come off as super intimidating sometimes, even though we're the most lovable people. We'll uplift anybody with a kind word. We don't have to know them 5 minutes. But saying all that and moving forward, I feel like at the end of the day, the reason why I was kind of with the don't escalate it. And the reason I'm saying that, with my cast members is because some escalations you don't live beyond, just trying to prove a point. And that's why it's like,
okay.
And I say that too, and I'm taking responsibility too, because I'm telling you right now, if somebody tries to call me out in a public space and they didn't pull me to the side, I don't stop. I do not stop. I know that's right. Going. You know what I'm saying? And it's bad enough that with people of color and otherwise. I'm just only speaking on what I know. I can't speak for white people. I'm not white. I'm just simply saying, when it comes to people of color, because we don't really like to be told what to do by nobody, including our own, it's almost damn near like if we don't see you draw blood, we don't believe that your apology is real. So I am in a space now at my big age where I'm trying so hard to not rebuttal every time somebody says some stuff that I don't like, because everything doesn't need your time and attention. And if you've already expressed it and that person valued you, they wouldn't be disrespectful. My uncle, he would tell me, "Oh, your friend? That's not your friend. She's a friend of me." He was like, "She's a habitual line stepper, and you're going to have to chin check her in a minute." And I said, "Oh, I'm going to have to do all that?" He said, "Yeah, you're going to have to do that and some more." I said, "What I'm going to do, Uncle? I'm going to just jump in her shirt and change her whole motherfucking life." And he was like, "Oh, shit." I was like, exactly. I said, but see, a lot of people don't get to see that side of me because I've been trying to change over the past 7 years. I've been doing work. I've been going to counseling.
Right.
I've been doing the little REM cycle calm app, the damn Fabulosity app, any app that's trying to tell me to calm my ass down. I don't want to see nobody escalate to something that they'll end up taking a dirt nap over to prove a point. So that's why I was saying what I was saying before. But if we're starting on the next note card point, and I'm gonna be real quick about that since I said all that mess. What causes somebody or causes someone to abuse someone else? I just wanted to say 3 things that would make someone do that, or in my mind would make somebody do that.
All right, go ahead.
Most of the time, people who do things like this or abusing other people are people who are unloved in their mind. It's a story that they're telling themselves that they are not loved. People who don't feel accepted by society, by their family, and are also unaccepting of their own selves when they look into the mirror. And people who feel unheard. Most of the time, and that translates to prejudice, racism, Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, everything. Every possible march that we've done since before we were born is usually because somebody.
Oh, yep, your mic. Okay, there you go. I was gonna say your mic went out. You're good.
My bad. And that just means that every spectrum of the totem pole is somewhere it drops when you're not being heard. So when you're not feeling loved, when you're not feeling accepted, and when you're not feeling heard, if the only things left that you have is physical violence or something else to kind of press a nerve with somebody else, that's usually, to me, those 3 things, love, acceptance, and being heard, are the things that make people abuse other people.
Miss Dollface, what do you think about that? Because I was gonna bring it up, but Miss Cassell, Auntie Cassell did it for me. So what you think causes someone to abuse someone else? What do you think about what she said?
I think it's very true. And we've said it numerous times, hurt people hurt people. I think it's also, generational traumas as well.
I was going to ask that. Is that something that can be learned or something that was just,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had an audience member say it earlier that, no, actually it was you, Momo, like your ex, she had never seen a healthy relationship. So that's a generational thing. That's something that she would have to be the one to break the cycle on and do the work. But if she saw her mother have unhealthy relationship after unhealthy relationship, and then, this person in her family, that person, she's not had those positive viewpoints or anybody to teach her how to have a healthy relationship, romantic or not, even friendships. Like we had somebody in the audience earlier say that their best friend be taking shots. Like, how's this your best friend? And they waiting for the moment to dig on you. You know what I mean? Some people, that's what they think love is. That's what they think caring is, because it's all they know and it's what happened to them as well.
I kind of feel the opposite of that, though.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's not the truth. Like, your ex could have went through that or whatever, but honestly, and Momo knows this, growing up, My dad's been married twice. My mom's been married 4 times. My older sister has been married twice. My little sister, who's not even 30 yet, has already been in and out of a marriage. And I'm the only one that hasn't been married yet. Yeah, so honestly, looking at those relationships didn't really poison my mind on relationships, but it did make me take my time. That's kind of what I did. I didn't really think like, oh, relationships are horrible, you know, like I didn't kind of like judge every relationship that I got into. I'm
not saying that they're saying that they're horrible. They just don't know how to carry on a healthy relationship.
But that's what I mean. Like I was more accepted to everything. Like you could have a job, you could have nothing, you could be whatever, I more or less felt like in my relationships, I was that person they learned from, and then they went to another relationship and did better. Feeling like that was more or less because like all
a good
my
luck Chuck type of thing.
Huh?
Like a good luck Chuck type of thing.
I guess, but like our relationships weren't bad, but I guess they felt like they weren't going somewhere. I don't know, because half of mine that already, I mean, not even half, only one except for everybody except for my baby daddy has been married, and they're either still married or not in the marriage anymore. But, you know, they've been down that road. They've found another person and they're either happy or they're just whatever. There's like one that hasn't, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like I was that person, I don't know, they gave them that boost when they got into their next relationship on how to treat a girl. I don't know. But it was like, that's the other reason why I kind of just stopped dating in my real. Once I got into this virtual, it was more or less like, it was just a waste of my time, you know? And, you know, I actually got pregnant again by my baby daddy, which was just like, okay, whatever, I guess. But after that, even after I got pregnant the second time, I even cut that off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I don't want anything. And I started becoming abstinent. I started just becoming myself. I was just doing virtual distant relationships just because I didn't even want the physical anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't really, I didn't think I couldn't have a positive relationship, because even on this game, my relationships lasted long. They were like years, you know what I'm saying? Even though if they had their ups and downs, they lasted, you know what I'm saying? But once I got with Momo, he was my first person that I lived with. So it's like, I feel like, I don't know, because even with him, he gets on my nerves sometimes. I don't just tell you guys that. He really does get on my nerves. I love him, but he gets on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know I get on his nerves. So, but and I'm not going to say we even have abusive. We've never put our hands on each other. We've never done any of that. I've never talked down to him and vice versa, but we have our arguments and they get ugly, mostly because of shit he's done. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I still even try to take my time. Yeah, we've been together for going on 2 years, but I still kind of almost, and I don't think he's ever even heard me say this, but I honestly would be scared shitless to get married. Not even lying. As much as I want it, he's looking at me like, what the fuck? It's like, this is the first time. Seriously, I am terrified. And I think that's where I kind of draw that line. Only mainly because of what Dolly said. I'm not saying that our relationship would be bad, but I'm saying, like, because everybody in my family that's a girl has gone through one divorce at least, and I'm the only girl out of my mom's kids that hasn't even been married once yet, it's like, terrifying. Do I do that and end up like them? Because it's like, what the fuck? You know, like, I feel like, yeah, everything's good, but then it just takes that one fuck up with me and I'll be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I'm like, oh, we get married, you're going to be stuck. Yeah, I say that. But at the same time, I know my worth and I'm not going to be stuck. You know what I'm saying? And I just said that earlier, did I not? Like, if you're not happy, it's not fair to you to be stuck. So who would I be to say that and then do the same? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in my mind, I feel, luckily, thank God, it's not any type of abusive relationship or anything to where I would be stuck. But honestly, like, that's my fear. That's a fear. And Japanese's like, one, you're on the panel. You don't have to put one.
Right. You don't have to put a one.
I don't want to see this.
Go ahead.
Like, okay.
Just be like Kanye. I'm gonna let you finish, but no.
No.
Go ahead.
See, this is what gives me like PTSD type shit. I don't know why. Every time, like, even from like PS4, they just talk over each other. Why? Well, how I grew up, even in school, like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm the only black girl and I want to respect, make sure they don't call the police on me. I didn't know about racism until I hit high school. I didn't know what racism was. That was crazy. And people just brought it up. But I was saying, like, marriage, don't be scared of it. Just, at first, at the very beginning, marriage was supposed to be a love thing. That people know that you guys are an item, that you two are one. But now, marriage is a trend. Now, it's a business transaction.
We are past the honeymoon phase. You know I've known this man going on 9 years, okay? We get married, it's because we wanted to get married. But exactly. I'm just saying, like...
Like, don't, that's what I mean, like, don't be scared of it. Don't use it as, like, oh, because my family got married.
I mean, if you ask me, I'm married to this man already. Paper couldn't tell me nothing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm just saying, like, it was a love... connection between two people at first, but now it's something else. Now it's a business transaction. Now it's a competition. Now it's security. It's like, it's not anything special anymore. Society made it into something disgusting. Right. So people use divorce as a whole trend. Like, oh, I've been through 5 divorces. God damn, relax. Like, wait.
My mom on her fifth. Wait, how many? Fourth? 4?
I think so.
4 marriages.
Let's bring it back real quick, you guys. Let me ask the audience, what do you think causes someone else to abuse someone else? Audience, I know you're out there. I know you're listening. I know you're out there. Talk to me. Somebody got to say something. Lydia, you got anything for me? Blaze, Miss Cookie, I know y'all out there. Y'all's talking for Lydia, you got something? Okay, go ahead. What you got for me?
I think that trauma, for sure, like being triggered from your trauma by somebody who maybe reminds you of your childhood could be a reason. I think mental illness or being chemically imbalanced is like a huge one that didn't get mentioned for some reason yet. And then I think that just being in a bad headspace, even if you're not mentally ill, like if you have a lot of things going on, you just don't have the capability to like handle your stress. Sometimes you fuck up or mess up. And
she said fuck up. I heard
it's
it.
All right. Right. It's okay. You can. It's okay. You ain't gotta hold your tongue that much. But okay. Cookie, you got something for me? Is Cookie still here?
Cookie probably eating.
Blaze, you got something for me? You wanna talk about what you think causes someone to abuse someone else? No. All right. Well, let's move on.
I got one.
Oh, okay. You got something? Okay, go ahead.
I'm mad at my daughter gets tired and eats.
I was gonna say it could be how they, like what, sorry, I already forgot your name. Sorry, what she said about, it could be mental. It could be a whole bunch of things, and it also could be family. What was I gonna say? I was something else, but I completely forgot. There's so much stuff that can, or even even for someone to abuse another person, it could be just they want to feel higher. They want to feel powerful.
Okay.
Just to do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know how accurate, because to piggyback off of what Japanese's trying to say.
Yeah.
I know.
I think her mic went out.
Y'all already know where I'm going with this. Let's talk about it. Chris Brown. Let's talk about it. Seriously. No, dead ass. Listen, dead ass.
Okay. Look, if we gonna say Chris Brown, we need to say we need to say all the Bama's. And
yeah. No, I'm getting there. Now hear me out.
Make sure you say allegedly.
It was alleged. No, I'm not even going to talk about the situation. We're going to talk about what was said in the courts, okay? This was the situation. He was stating that his mom used to get abused. Okay. And he went down that path. Now we don't know if it's true or not, but he did take that path and was making it seem like he was introduced to it. He had seen it, and it played a PTSD trigger mode on him. And he wasn't only just abusive to Rihanna. He's been abusive to plenty of other girlfriends that he's been in tune with too. Karuchi was one of them as well. And then there was another incident in one of his houses that they had a helicopter even hovering over. Yeah. He's been in a couple situations. So this wasn't just a Rihanna situation. This is a Chris Brown situation.
Yeah.
Now, he ain't the only one, but he's been in, you know, the public about it and stuff. Yeah. But, I mean, y'all knew it was coming. We talking about this topic. Y'all knew it was coming.
Yeah, I was just
Chris Brown. I do.
Me too.
But,
I love him so much.
Yes.
He's a very talented person. And I feel like personally, I always take it as it's never one person that's abusive. Because Rihanna's Trinidadian. They're crazy.
Hell yeah.
So she must have said something. She must have
she probably wasn't even been to Barbados.
I'm not saying
Barbados.
But wait a minute. Right, but that's not saying that she
no, not at all.
I know. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying
we're saying both
a man can take too much. A human can take so much. I'm not saying like, oh, it's because she's a female or because he's a male. Yeah. I'm saying as an equal people. I'm saying she could have said something. He could have said something back for, or she could have hit him, but she got the worst of it. That's it. It could be so much more than just, oh, he hit her for what she said. No, she is a Trini. I'm pretty sure I swear, island females are always going to hit.
Whitney Houston was abusive. Like, she was.
They have to.
It was told.
Like, it's I don't know. Like, even my mom, she'll fight for her husband, even if he didn't put a hand on her yet.
Okay. Well, before we continue with this, y'all, listen. YouTube, I want to thank y'all for tuning in with us out there on YouTube land. Listen, we're going to shut it down, but listen, we're going to continue this conversation here in the world. So get your asses here. We're here at the plug, so come on down. But we're gonna shut it down for YouTube for tonight. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And as I say always, peace, love, and soul grease. We'll see you here